So after our first defeat of the Premier League season, we look to the transfer window, a very hefty squad. Or not really, due to injuries and loanees. Thin on numbers, however, 130 million in the bank, sitting there, waiting to be spent. Now, here's the awkward thing. I did talk about Sebastian Walter in the last video, but unfortunately, since then, the other video hasn't come out, so I haven't seen any comments or nothing. But with him being a free agent, I think it's okay that we can hold fire on him. We can wait a little bit longer and see if anything comes of that. If he's still free by the time we're recording next time, he's good for me. As we're still going to get bids in. Tyler Adams, why? Why are they putting Marius Adamonis in that deal? Absolutely no chance. Wilfred Gnonto and Alvaro Morata want to be in the team against Sheffield United the first game of today. We do have the FA Cup, of course. What other games do we have? We have West Ham, Everton, Leicester, Chelsea, Spurs, Watford. It's a bit high and a bit low. And I am going to rotate for Sheffield United, who I want to play. I want to progress in the FA Cup, so there's a couple of changes. Wober, Kaiki, Iglesias, Wood is in there ahead of McGregor and Brendan Aronson. Morata starts up front and Jack Harrison on the wing with Gnonto on the other wing. Still strong enough for maybe a highlights now I think about it. I'd rather play the further games. So here we are, we've got the home advantage as well in the local derby. It's the Blades versus the Whites. Not a typical Sheffield derby, but it is a Yorkshire one. And Yorkshire ones always come with excitement. Calvin Phillips, get on this ball, please. There we go. No heavy touch. And Jack Harrison running through. He's straight on the end of this one. Now into Alvaro Morata. We need a bright spark from Gnonto here, who stayed on side. Wilfred Gnonto with the first goal of the game. We take the lead. It is the small Italian. Mwah. Great finish as Sheffield United on the attack. Wober. Oh, it was a dodgy tackle. Still Ryan Brewster with a head down into Jebison, who's put it underneath Iglesias. Sheffield United have levelled up here. Sheffield United of the Championship. That is a disappointment. Now we've got to find a way to get back in front. Wood lifting the ball towards Gnonto. Not good. Jebison running through here. That's the ball onto Ryan Brewster. It's a brilliant save from Iglesias that stops Sheffield United's attacks. Hopefully. We've struggled so far. Tyler Adams back on this ball here. He needs to cut inside the American as he's just got a pass straight into Calvin Phillips. Still, we're going backwards. We're going terribly backwards. In a solo run in the dying embers of this game, can we finally get the breakthrough? It's Alvaro Morata. He's going to look for the switch. It might find Harrison. Good touch. He scored against them in the reverse game. And that is the goal that will send us to the last 32 of the FA Cup. A brilliant finish. A brilliant game, to be fair. One that the fans will appreciate. And a last-minute winner. You can't go wrong. And I am correct because the whistle goes straight after. Big result for the Whites. And we progress. Everyone happy. Gnonto, Phillips and Morata with the game there. A Strike. Oh, Pascal Strike. Bids are coming in. Good bids, but bids I'm not willing to accept. Still in the Premier League chase despite our first defeat to Liverpool last episode. I mean, it'll be above 5 points, won't it, if Spurs are second? We don't need to look at the top of the league. We just need to keep on going. Hammers are next as Crystal Palace approaching Crescencio Somerville, which I will let happen. Somerville not in my plans going forward. As Samfield, a decent bid, but Samfield he's the replacement for Somerville. There's nothing new in the academy as well. Just thought I'd check after seeing that. And looking at the team, the lowest rated player is Pascal Struijk, who's getting all the bids in for him. I don't know what we do, though, because, to be fair, I don't really think I want to sign anyone else there. Lindstrom's always injured, and he's always got bids, so attacking midfield is the position that I am currently monitoring. Also, the backup striker with Morata going down and Joe Geldhard not really getting a look in could be a shout. And Simeone's going to do something that you guys have called for quite a while, I think, and sign his son. Yes, Giuliano Simeone is playing at Club Atletico Bamford. I've always monitored him. You guys have told me to, and I have listened. He bought him at Atletico Madrid, and now his price is very cheap, and his rating's up to 77. It was like 70 at one point. Who was doing horrific, so we're going to try and get him. Would not mind the signing as Somerville is leaving at the end of the season to go to Palace. And he has accepted his offer to become the 4th signing of this window. It should easily come. His daddy's the coach. He'll take that sporadic role that we desperately wanted him to. That is good. He knows his role. He can still progress. 23-year-old is not too old, but still he's definitely not going to be a starter. I'm going to offer him... I'll offer him 24k a week. He should be taking that. He wants 35. Okay. Bit reluctant, but still, we'll sign him up to Leeds United. It's another option to have, and of course, he's there with his dad, I think. Yes, there he is. Like father, like son. The old man brings his son to Leeds United. He does have decent stats, and he will really outdo Morata very soon. Still, not on the bench. Geldard is on the bench for the Hammers, who will, of course, be simulated. Can we beat them? It's a draw. RDT, Marsch, Willy, the goalkeeper, got injured, and Correa actually saving us a point. Not good, because now, with one defeat all season, it's too many draws, and it's Arsenal breathing down our necks. As Fran Garcia's had an approach from Atletico Madrid. Oh, need to try and sign him up and not be letting him go on a free, so we're going to try and sign him up to the same wage. What's a little bit of a bonus with additional fees, which we will accept 3 years out of him. We just care about Everton next. We're down there in the league, and yes, another draw. Sinisterra than Cannon. It's not good enough with all these draws. As we travel to Deepdale next in the round of 32 of the FA Cup. Preston, not a bad draw. But again, I think I'm going to simulate it because I don't want to crash out. 2 changes from the Sheffield United squad in the snow here at Deepdale. We have gone with Giuliano Simeone on the bench, with Correa and Aronson in for Wood. Just trying to inject a bit more experience. Tyler Adams here. Can he keep that in? That was a heavy touch. He does. Harrison into Gnonto. Edge of the box. Calvin Phillips could strike. He tries to. Do have a decent keeper and a decent run here in Sewer. Kaiki can't catch up. Iglesias with a superb save. And it's another flurry for the Preston side. The Championship side, should I say. But Gnonto, oh, struggling big time. Still, it's our chance. Have to start taking these. Harrison, edge of the box, looking for a gap. He might find one, and a ball into Morata. What a save. Take a bow, Freddie Woodman. Tyler Adams as well, because he's pulled all the strings, and Morata should have scored. As a last-minute corner, and Jack Harrison will be the man to take this. Passes it straight into Wilfred Gnonto. Oh, in the middle, Aronson. Morata, if he's onside. I don't think he was, the way he pulled away from the ball. And that is a lost attack and a 0-0 draw, which will take us into a replay at Ellen Road, which is good, but I wanted to rest players. Yeah, we play them after Leicester, which is a big game as well. We're trying to stay in the Champions League positions. To the main lads for a trip away, and we lose 3-0. That is our second defeat of this season. The first came to Liverpool, and now Leicester have done us in as well. Mateus Ruiz, Carlos Soler, and Nicola Pepe. Oh, wow. Now that's embarrassing. Before deadline day as well, which may be a good thing. Maybe we can get rid of our players. And a big bid in here on deadline day for Juan Miranda from Liverpool. He's progressed well here, and he was one of our first signings. But we have Fran Garcia, and to be fair, I think he's been quite bad lately. As always, I do try and delegate for more money, but if it goes through to Liverpool, he will leave the club. No reply so far, with Gnonto approached by Newcastle. That is a no. And the window's going to shut anyway, so my cheeky tactics of getting more money hasn't worked out because it's going to break down, I'm pretty sure. As it does. And I'm not taking any chances here in the FA Cup again. I'm going mostly relatively full strength. There's no Kaiki, full defence, and then midfield as well is strong. So we've got to beat Preston in midweek at home as well. If we lose this and go out of the FA Cup, there's something very, very wrong, as we do lose. We do lose. Alfie, Whiteman, Correa, and Al Shankiti. We're out of the FA Cup to Preston. Honestly, no reaction. Honestly, no reaction. The one signing that we've made is a backup player. Maybe the fans are annoyed. Maybe it's taking its toll on the players. As we must travel to Chelsea, and we're gonna, of course, stick Brendan Aronson in. The man who did it against Chelsea, the first game of the Premier League season that them two meet, or these two meet, Leeds and Chelsea. Yeah, very strong. Lindstrom and Alvarez are still out with them dislocated shoulders. They got them in the pair, didn't they, at Anfield. So, Chelsea on the same amount of points as us. We've slipped to 7th. So it is a very, very, very big game that we've got to win. It is so important we don't draw. There was a bad tackle come on Bar as well. I'm not a big fan of that. Gnonto slipped down the wing, however, and we'll still try and score here. Gnonto! What a save from Texiera. Still a nice early start. Angel Correa spins away. Weston McKennie. What a move from Sinisterra. He's pushed. Referee. He was pushed. Big squeak of the voice, and I would needed a squeak of the whistle there from the referee. Here is Calvin Phillips on the edge of the box, trying his luck. Why not give it a try, as Eric Garcia's going to have to come on for Bar. He's unable to continue. Still a move. Miranda can't watch Guiri. It's terrible marking. It's Maddison with the first for Chelsea, but the marking from Juan Miranda. Why is he not at Liverpool? Is he just shadow boxed him or something? Like, honestly, no contact. And a cross to come in here. We were so good at the start of this game. Miranda, his header is straight into Maddison again. There's a man down at his near post. What is going on? As a ball into Mikhailo Mudryk here. He's going to turn into Ben Chilwell. He's going to try and find a gap. Kai Havertz. Oh, we're lucky that hit the other side of the... well, the right side of the post to come out. It was an unfortunate one. Guiri as well. He shook us off. Meslier. Meslier has to save that. He has to save that. Since he's signed his new contract, he's been a little bit dodgy as our Frenchman. It's the same stage we were against Liverpool, however. Brendan Aronson should have had a goal back. Sounds crazy, but we've definitely been the better side. I don't get it. I don't get how we're 2-0 down at the break. It could be even 3. Mudryk, it is 3. Guiri with the tap in. Leeds United fans must be moving out the seats in the stadium. Not in a good way. On the bus home. Get in them dressing rooms, because you've got a hairdryer treatment ahead of you, lads. Been the worst half of football going. And Fran Garcia running forward. I have took Miranda off. Paul Wober, as that's a good ball into Weston McKennie. We should have won back. Kai Havertz puts a ball into Guiri. What a tackle that is from Ibanez. Literally the only player who never stops going in our defence. And you know why? Because he's the highest rated and cost the most. Weston McKennie on an attack. Can he mount a comeback here with a goal? It's blocked once more. And a ball down the line here into Angel Correa. Dinked across the box. Header 1. What does it take? And the final whistle goes straight after Sinisterra suffered an injury. Don't even care. Don't want to see. Don't care. Bar is out for 3 months as well. Bar humbug. It didn't even seem that bad when we took him off. Down to 8th position as well. What is going on here at Leeds United? We're crumbling. An international break to clear our heads. And we've got to go again against, I think, top spot. We are top of the league now, and we're 13 points off. So I think it is safe to say our title charge is gone, done, dusted. Still, the playoffs, not the playoffs. The top 4 is 100% on. I think you can tell that I watch a lot of leagues with playoff football. Believe it or not, I'm more of a League 2 viewer than I am a Premier League at this moment in time. With Gaiki jumping on the bench, Garcia's back in. Very decent team that should, well, it shouldn't beat Tottenham, but let's see how we go trying to get a win. Come on, we're at home as well. I didn't even realise we have this home advantage. Let's make it count. Oh, but they do have Ansu Fati somehow. Has decided to join them. Ibanez has to head that behind. And this corner's been taken short. Willy Orban now into Romero. Centre-back to centre-back. We did manage to get the win here earlier in the season, and that's a decent block from the man who scored the winner. Calvin Phillips onto Brendan Aronson. Look at the running from Brendan. Go on. Make it a good move here with a counter-attack. No! He's missed it. You can see Simeone's displeasure. A horrific ending to that move. Still, we've got to keep on moving ourselves. Calvin Phillips into Fran Garcia. A good ball through the middle. That is out wide into Wilfred Gnonto. Not a good move again. Adam Hlozek was on the run around, but still the corner's gone out. Kulusevski. He's going to try and beat Miranda. No chance. We've got to move quickly. Here is Weston McKennie drilling it out wide into Luis Sinisterra. Sinisterra finds that ball through onto Correa. Losing a lot of key players as this is down Struijk's side. And yes, Meslier saves us big time. But that's due to an injury. Wouldn't let us take him off. Weston McKennie, we've got to try and get away. He's still on the field, is Struijk, I'm pretty sure. Ball's not going out of play. Miranda, we won't put it out of play now because we're on an attack. Brendan Aronson should already have one. Just realised they've got Conor Gallagher as well. What a traitor. Judas in the Tottenham team as Correa's going to try and get away. There's big pressure on him. He has Managed to get it down the line into Sinisterra. Now into Weston McKennie. Forward. Brendan Aronson is having a field day here. Can he score? Oh, no. Half-time as well. To be fair, we're keeping top of the league to 0-0. But we can't take draws. I should also say we don't take losses. I didn't say that against Chelsea, and we got hammered as that's a chip over to Aronson. Early goal, please. Correa. Oh, what a chance. Bijlow, the Dutchman, stopped that one. Weston McKennie's corner, though. That was a very decent corner. We needed to win the header from that and score. Aronson, keep this alive. On to Ibanez, the Brazilian centre-half. That's in. He's gone over the line. Surely it went over the line. Why is the referee not giving it? Referee, you've got to give it. Gnonto to run forward through the middle. We've really started brightly. Gaps in the Tottenham defence. There's Gnonto to slam it home on the hour mark. The little Brazilian, not the Brazilian, the Italian has done very well today. And he has done what our Brazilian centre-half couldn't do. Fires it in. Gets in. 1-0 against top of the league. And we're going to try our hardest to keep it this way now. Let's get going again. Gnonto has avoided a tackle, you know. Come on. Another one. Oh, can we just keep this now, lads? Get back on the good form after a 2-week break. Aronson, he's been man of the match for me today. Miranda with a flick around the side as well into Harrison. Harrison with a dink in. Less than 5 minutes left on this clock now. A chance down the side, Ibanez. An easy block, Kulusevski to get the ball back though. Keep it away, please. Ponciao, no free kicks and no goal. Harry Kane was in behind there, but he's made the wrong pass. We've hammered it upfield. We're just trying to desperately hold on. Adobe through the middle. That is the whistle. A 1-0 win for Leeds United against top of the league Tottenham Hotspur after a wretched bit of form. We're back. Leeds are back. Bad news, because Pascal Struikers broke his toe. He's out for 3 months. Honestly, come on. We can't just have one positive result no season, as we are now 12 points off top of the league. Still doable with 10 games left. Champions League's my only priority. Very much in it this season, but matches rescheduled probably means that we have Europa League threaded in. Oh. We're not going through in the Europa League. Look who we've drawn. Bayern Munich. They should be in a Champions League final, not a round of 16 of the Europa League. I thought we were going to seriously put on a ploy for the Europa League as well. A few sims will have to come up as well. And the first one to defeat... We've just beaten top of the league, Tottenham, and we've just lost the game after to Watford. I don't care. I don't. I mean, some positives. Lindstrom and Alvarez may be back for maybe the second leg against Bayern. Still, it's down to 8th in the Premier League, and it's slipping. It seriously is against these top clubs. Can we beat Brighton Hove Albion? We do. 2-0. McKennie and Correa try and steady the ship. At least that's the league games out of the way. And on to this quarter-final. Bayern Munich. Lindstrom and Alvarez, are they back? They're not. That's a big blow. So this is our strongest team. We've got no backup fullbacks at the club. McGregor is on the bench comfortably. Morata the same. We don't want any defensive injuries. Please. That is the team that's got to try and overcome Bayern Munich. A huge battle commences. Bayern Munich will be very up for this. They've got a very decent team. De Ligt, Laporte. Oh, Christiansen, an ex-player, of course. Moise Kean up front is a weird one. I don't think these were in the Europa League this season as well, if I'm not wrong. These have got through the third place preliminary round, so they have been knocked down a peg. Away at the Allianz Arena. Come on, let's start off brightly. Miranda doing a very decent run around. Keep going, Juan. Keep going, Juan. Keep going, Juan. Pass that now. Oh, terrible. We need a positive display as well out of Sinisterra today. He's always been a starting winger, but he's really not provided much. Bernardo Silva's running inside, and Mesle is having to save. Okay, so maybe they're waking up a little bit. Bernardo Silva, that's a killer ball through. Max Woba had to watch some good interplay for the Reds. Munich proving to be a good side. Christiansen into Keane. A block. Calvin Phillips tries to block the angle. Coman wide. And Calvin Phillips running through the middle here. The captain, of course. Into Wilfred Gnonto. Come on. We don't get many of these attacks. Let's try and take it. Oh, unlucky. Good play. Very good play. We're still going, though. Ball down the wing into Serge Gnabry. Miranda. No, it's Woba. And it's a dodgy tackle, you know. It was kind of through on goal. This could be a red, and we don't have many other defenders at the club. It's a yellow. Oh, survived one there. Their free kick was absolutely woeful as well. Miranda needs to try and get a run. Sinisterra, are you playing for Leeds, mate? Get running. You need to be down that wing a bit quicker. He's still got on the end of it, and to be fair, it's a very decent cross. Gnonto has to be there. João Cancelo's made it a permanent to Bayern. Fran Garcia. What a ball that is through on to Angel Correa, though. Correa to put Leeds United 1-0 up in Germany. That is a brilliant goal. Just nipping inside. It's their own downfall, and Correa has a goal for the Whites. Get it. This could be a huge result if we manage to keep this against a European powerhouse. A fantastic half so far. Could it get better, McKennie? Trying to spin it into Angel again. But honestly, what a game of football. Can you really believe it? I'll take all the bad form that we've previously had. If we could beat Bayern Munich and, of course, win the whole competition. It doesn't just stop after Bayern. It'd be worth it. Good shot. Cannot get ahead of ourselves. A corner ball coming in and it's off the crossbar. Oh, they've come out with venom. And Victor Osimhen, yeah, he was the hidden star on the bench that they've put on in this second half. And he's starting to absolutely dominate as João Cancelo. He's spun us rather easily. Edge of the box stuff into Sabitzer. Tried to come across and make a tackle. It's good. Passing. It's Coman. Frenchman against Frenchman. And just over the hour mark, Bayern Munich have been cooking that up. Yeah, great finish. Nothing we could do about it. Just brilliant Bayern move. Bayern Munich move. So 20 minutes to go on the clock. Here is Fran Garcia. Can we actually get an attack off in this second half? It's a rare thing, but it's a brilliant ball from Gnonto. We still have the ball here. Sinisterra, the man I've called upon to make the difference. He's got some good footwork here. He's still going. He's still going, he's Sinisterra. This is why I wanted him to play well, but all that for that! I'm not much of a skill man. Come on, Sinisterra, that has to be better. Victor Osimhen. That's 2-1 Bayern. They've turned it around. All came from us losing the ball, though, did it? Osimhen into the side netting, and that is a sinker. A stinker of a sinker. Don't let it be 3, though, lads. Sabitzer, free kick for the Austrian. His brother's already beaten us. Or not beaten us, but did really well against us with LASK. I'll always flash back to that game with how difficult it was. Still a challenge here. We've got to take it back to Ellen Road still. If we could go out with a draw, that would be very decent. Wilfred Gnonto on an angle, and he scores! It is 2-2. And away goals don't really count, do they? But still, he's been amazing today. In a second half, we've not been in at all. We will get a, well, not a point, but we'll get a draw going back to Ellen Road with it all to play for. With how good they were in the second half, I'll firmly take that result. A 2-2 draw, leading to a very suspense-packed, tension-building, grammar-leaking, explosive second leg at Ellen Road.